This is Michael Orrell from MobileBurn.com, and I have with me the Samsung T359 Smiley for T-Mobile USA. It's a low-cost QWERTY messaging phone. It's on sale right now for $19.99 with a 2-year contract. Let's take a quick look at the box. Nothing too interesting to see. Open it up, see what's inside. Already here I can feel that there are manuals and such in this top compartment. See, we've got the Getting Started guide and terms and conditions for the warranty. Here's the phone itself. It's covered in protective wrappings here. QWERTY keyboard slides out from the bottom. We'll set that aside though and see what else is in the box first. Looks like a recycling bag for sending back an old handset for recycling to T-Mobile. This is a battery. It's a 1000 milliamp hour. T-Mobile and Samsung claim that it should be good for 5.5 hours of talk time. And we'll have to insert that later. And we've also got the charger. And you can see it has a micro USB connector on it. So here we have the Samsung Smiley itself. I've removed all the protective coating so we can get a better look at the device. So yeah, nice looking phone. First up, let's take a look at the keyboard. Keys are made of a stiff rubber. They have a pretty good feel and there's good separation between the keys. Everything works pretty well. You notice around the D-pad here we have call, send, and end buttons, 2 soft keys, back button, and a dedicated shortcut for messaging. And even though the center of the D-pad, the OK button, is red, it doesn't do anything special. It's not an optical D-pad or anything. You can see when I'm swiping around, it's not doing anything. The D-pad here does work pretty well, has a nice click to it, and you can see the main menu is actually a carousel by default. We'll take a look at that later though. On the left-hand edge we have volume control, a lanyard fixing point here, and there's also a micro SD memory card slot, no card included though. Back of the device exposes the 1.3 megapixel camera when it's opened up. You can see the textured back. It has a semi-gloss finish with a pattern on it. It's kind of cool looking. On the right hand edge, it's a micro USB connector, and you can see it also shows that it's intended for the stereo headphones as well, so you're going to need some sort of adapter to use your regular headphones. Camera shutter button for the 1.3 megapixel camera. Not too much to see up top, and almost as little to see on the bottom, except for the just the microphone there for making phone calls. It's a 2.6-inch QVGA resolution display. Looks pretty decent. Actually has a better look than some of the other cheap phones we've seen recently. And speaking of cheap, this is available for $19.99, so it's not a really expensive device, but it's a pretty good form factor and has a nice feel to it. So again, let's go back to the main menu here so you can see what's going on. Everything's organized quite nicely. I'm sure there's probably a way to change the way the menu works though. At least I would hope, because let's see, we can change the screen brightness here, turn it up a bit. See, it gets pretty bright. It's nice to navigate through this, and the dedicated back button works pretty well. See memory status here. See, there's not too much available memory on this device. Only 82 meg. And you'll notice I can use either the back button here or the soft key. Both work just fine. The organizer, apps like the calendar, GPS, memos, all that kind of stuff there. Call logs. Not going to see too many because I haven't placed any calls with the device. We're just taking a quick tour of it. People, presumably contacts, and Social Buzz is also in here. That's T-Mobile's social networking. It'll run in the background and give you notifications when there's new things come in. See if we can load it up here. And as with the Gravity T, we're seeing an error message whenever we try to load Social Buzz. So either there's something wrong with this account that was sent to us, or there's something wrong with Social Buzz at the moment. Hopefully it's just a temporary issue. We'll jump into contacts here. You can see start typing. I'll type C here. And it comes up with customer care. And just to test out how it works with first and last name, I'm going to type M and see if I get voicemail, which I do. And you can see the contact for a voicemail system, and this is what the contact editor looks like. Fair number of options here. You can add additional fields. Here's the messaging app. Going to create a message. Put in a fake number here. Keyboard has a pretty nice feel to it. Seems that the keyboard lags a little bit, maybe just because of the tone. I'm not sure if you can turn that off. And just move down here with the D-pad so we can add something, let's say record a sound. This is a test. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll play that back just to test it out. Record a sound. This is a test. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to add that to the message, and we'll send it off. Go into the messaging inbox. See what it looks like. It's not a threaded SMS system, at least not in this default view. Here's the media aspect, and this is where Web2Go browser and YouTube clients are. I'm going to put in mobileburn.com. And we'll add it as a bookmark. And let it go. Now we're on an edge network right now. Admittedly very poor reception, so I'll be pleased if it comes up at all. You can see we are getting some sort of data there because the edge indicator is pulsating red. And surprisingly, it came up pretty well. We'll click through one of the stories just to see what it looks like. And you can see it's the NetFront browser. That's NetFront's icon right there that it shows for the images before the image is loaded. A little bit slow in loading there, but coming up pretty well, and reasonably easy to read is also. In addition to the features I showed you, there's also visual voicemail, and overall the Samsung Smiley, in spite of its somewhat poor name, is a pretty decent little phone from what I can tell. You know, it's got a nice hardware design, feels solid, good looking, and at only $19.99 with a 2-year contract, it's not too hyper expensive either. So there you go. That's the Samsung T359 Smiley for T-Mobile USA. I'm Michael Orrell for mobileburn.com.